San Fernando. Many of us in person and some of us viewing online, either on YouTube or on Facebook. We want to extend Shubh Swagatam to each and everyone this morning. As our footsteps having led us here to the Mandir, we come with a sense of gratitude for all of the blessings that Bhagwan has bestowed upon us. We ask for those continued blessings upon ourselves, our family, our community, our country, and indeed all of humanity. As we begin with invocation mantras this morning, I invite us all to stand. And as we stand, whichever form of God that we find most endearing, whichever form of God we find most appealing, I invite you to visualize that form in your heart, in your mind, and immerse yourself in His divine presence. This morning, as we engage in invocation, let us offer whatever emotions or feelings, whatever may be affecting or afflicting us, into the care of that supreme, divine, all-merciful being, and ask for those blessings, that any difficulties would be removed, and indeed any difficulties that others may be experienced would also be removed. Hari Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswate Namaha. Om Shri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvara Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durgakshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandan Krishnam Bande Jagadguru Nagindraharaya Trilochanaya Bhasmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaragaya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandramabhedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaye Pataye Namaha. Om Manojavam Marutatulyabhegyam Jetindriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanadyutamukam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Dear, let's resume our seats. This morning is a very special morning, as we will be facilitating the graduation of the members of the Youth Leadership Program, the first cohort. And as we get into that segment of the program shortly, we begin firstly, as we traditionally would do, with offering our adorations to Ganesh Bhagwan, that form of God who removes difficulties from our pathway, who ensures success in our various undertakings. And this would be followed by verses of Hanuman Chalisa. And we invite all devotees to join with us in Kirtan and indeed in Chalisa. I hand over now to members of the group as they engage in Kirtan, and let us all blend our voices together and glorify Bhagwan.
परम शोभन दुष्ट हंता संत रक्षक गजानना परम शोभन दुष्ट हंता संत रक्षक गजानना लंबोदर गजानना विघ्ननाशक गजानना लंबोदर गजानना विघ्ननाशक गजानना दुःखनाशक गजानना भक्त रक्षक गजानना दुःखनाशक गजानना भक्त रक्षक गजानना गजानना ही 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 गजानना लंबोदर गजानना विघ्ननाशक गजानना लंबोदर गजानना विघ्ननाशक गजानना दुःखनाशक गजानना भक्त रक्षक गजानना दुःखनाशक गजानना भक्त रक्षक गजानना भक्त रक्षक गजानना भक्त रक्षक गजानना
प्रेम से बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की जय. We move straight into the verses of Hanuman Chalisa, and we invite us all to join together now as we glorify Mahavira Swami.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार वरनो रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायक पल चार बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा
प्रेम से बोले श्री महावीर स्वामी की जय. Sabko Sitaram once more. Let me extend welcome to each and every one of you, those of you who joined us shortly after we began this morning. Today, a very, very special Sunday morning in the life of the Krishna Mandir. As is the case, and for many of you who are familiar with the Mandir, one of the important focal points of our activities at the Mandir has always been the youth, and the youth of our community and the youth of our country. And many of our programs and activities are geared with the youth in mind. This morning, for devotees who are here, you would notice to my extreme left that there are several benches that are occupied exclusively by the youth, and they are here for a very special purpose and reason this morning. Sometimes we have ideas and we have thoughts and we think about them, but they never come into fruition. But this morning, I'm very proud to say that an idea that was conceptualized only a few months ago was one that was put into swift motion with extreme precision and planning, has evolved, staying the course over several months, and has this morning arrived at its destination point, so to speak. And I speak of none other than the concept of the Youth Leadership Program, a brainchild of Indira Maharaj and Anil Maharaj, and which was really thought about when the Ram Leela production was ongoing last year. And it was a thought that these are youths who took part in the Ram Leela, who came to the Ram Leela, who participated, and who were involved in such a meaningful way that we thought that it was a shame for them to just disperse until the upcoming year, but rather to keep them together, particularly given the needs of our country, our community, and our society, the cries for effective leadership across the board, and to plant that seed of leadership in our youth so that they themselves could propel themselves into tomorrow's future well equipped. And so with that thought in mind, the planning process began through the initiative of Anil and the persons that he were connected with, particularly in wider society. A curriculum was born, and indeed the process of planning of how that curriculum would be delivered and the outcomes of that curriculum were presented. And together with a team of very, very devoted and diligent coordinators, the program kicked into effect in March. I will not speak too much more about that, but to simply say that the Mandir is very proud to have been able to facilitate the process, to be able to host the YLP program in its first incarnation, and to see now today, this morning, the first cohort is now going to graduate from this program. I say to the first cohort, this is not the end of the journey, but this is really the start of a journey. And everything that you've been exposed to by the various presenters throughout the preceding months is something that I want you to embrace, something to mull about, and most importantly, things to implement in your daily lives, but also as you chart your course for the future. We are all citizens of the beautiful Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. It is always in our heart that we want to see this country in a place where it ought to be. And that is not only a gem of the Caribbean, but indeed a shining light throughout the entire globe. And we have done that in many spheres of endeavor. And I ask you to, when you make your decisions, when you make your choices, think of not only yourselves, think of not only your families, but think of your community and your country, and the difference that you can make positively in impacting the lives of others. Having said those few words, I want to introduce the brainchild, the chief cook and bottle washer, the person who saw it through, toting things, bringing things, coordinating things from the lowest level, and then reaching out to some of the most esteemed leaders in this country, and that is the spectrum in which he's engaged, selflessly devoting his time and that of his entire family. Please welcome to the podium, Mr. Anil Maharaj.
Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Sitaram, everyone.
Sitaram Anil.
Thank you, Panditji. Really, I hope one day I could live up to that introduction. Devotees, brothers and sisters, what originated on the battlefield of Ram Leela last year through the inspiration of Pandit Rudy and Indy has took form into something that we did not expect. The Mandir, I don't know if many of us know this, but the Mandir had a strategic session. So the management team of the Mandir, these three Sevak Sabha, all came together in beautiful camaraderie. And what was created, I thought, was something very special. And that was to take a stand for something that is bigger than our own selves. And that is to take a stance for humanity. And Pandit Rudy said it so beautifully well in that we stand for something much bigger than who we are. So the idea came up from originally that what we saw in the Ram Leela was very profound. And we all planned and we came up to a point where we kicked off on the 16th of March. So from the 16th of March to the 10th of August, across 18 sessions, we took the youths involved through different modules, starting with public speaking, media training, how to handle interviews in tense situations, self-defense, plumbing and masonry challenge, project management, time management, conflict management, cybersecurity escape rooms, family feud escape room combined, focusing on leadership. And then we concluded with a very special session with an oil and gas case study, a very complex case study, facilitated by two of the country's leaders. And that session was on unstoppable leadership. And we felt that that was the most appropriate way to end the program through unstoppable leadership, which simply summarizes this: you're always greater than whatever the world throws at you. And along the way, when there was a bit of uncertainty how this would work out and so on, but as Pandit Rudy said last year, build content and everything else will take care of itself. And what he said is so true. So yes, there was a lot of planning involved and there was a bit of uncertainty of how this would work out. But to the participants of the YLP, when we saw you for the first time, all concerns disappeared. You struck us with your brilliance, your intelligence, your enthusiasm, your energy. I mean, as I said last week, you're all good looking, incredibly good looking. And there's nothing that you cannot overcome. So today is a celebration of this journey. It is probably the start. And what I would like to say is enjoy the journey. I want to in particular thank those who would have contributed financially, morally. And what better place to start than the three avatars of Bhagwan: Ram, Krishna, and Vishnu. So, Vishnu, my brothers, please stand. Uncle Ram, Uncle Krishna, if you're here. Yes, please give them a round of applause. Thank you. These gentlemen have, and I think, I know Uncle Krishna isn't here, but I'm sure someone will give him the message, have stood by us silently, came in and said, give us advice when needed, and that was incredibly appreciated. I want to thank as well the master of all trades. He's not here, he's overseas, Vrindi, Dr. Vrindi Maharaj. He designed and crafted all of the tokens. He was instrumental in the plumbing and masonry challenge, and throughout, Vrindi has been a very close colleague working with us to make sure this is a success. I want to thank Dr. Ved Ramsawak for his financial contribution and Dr. Rasia for her contribution as well. And to say thank you very much. The product of all of your efforts and love are manifested in the black and yellow t-shirt. So with that said, I would like to say thank you to the management of the Mandir, to the Sri Sebak Sabha. You have shown us and to the youths what real leadership is. And as you graduate today, participants of the YLP, always know that you are not alone. This is a safety net for you. There are many mentors and supporters of you, and we are fans of you. So if at any point in time you have to reach out, you know who we are, please do so. I would now like to introduce someone who has been absolutely instrumental to this program. Someone who conceived and designed the logo, this beautiful logo you see on many of the t-shirts, someone who did the artwork, someone who is a driving force behind the YLP. Mala, could you come? So, many of you know Mala, and you will have seen a different side of Mala at the YLP, always making sure that things are working according to precision. So for this session now, Mala is going to demonstrate to everyone just a sample of what the program produced. So Mala.
Sitaram, everyone. Okay, so as most of you may know, the Youth Leadership Program has been ongoing for the past 5 to 6 months, right? And as one of the coordinators for this program, I have had the privilege of watching these kids. I know I sound old, but I've had the privilege of watching these kids develop their skill set, their personal identity, and their self-confidence, right? But of course, the true essence of this program does not come from my personal observation, but more so the experience of these participants. So we've asked for, are you all hearing me? Yes. So we've asked 4 of our participants to briefly speak to you all and present their experience in the Youth Leadership Program. So they'll reflect on some of the things that they've learned throughout the program. They'll speak about some of the challenges that they had, how they overcame them, and just generally what the YLP has taught them, not only as individuals, but as young leaders as well, right? So these stories that they are about to share with you and the things that they are about to say, to me, it serves as a powerful testimony of what this program represents. So please join me in welcoming Andre, Akini, Alyssa, and Kaylee.
Sitaram devotees. So on this morning, we have prepared a little presentation for you, me and my colleagues from the Youth Leadership Program, also known as the YLP. So I'm Andre.
I'm Alyssa.
King Philip.
Keely.
Okay, so on this morning, first I would like to just reiterate what exactly is the Youth Leadership Program. So the Youth Leadership Program, also known as the YLP, is something that was adeptly designed to integrate and support the youth of society. One of the very first things I was told on my first day in the Mandir is that the youth is the future of the nation. And I mean, you think about it, it is, they're right. So what the management of the Krishna Mandir said is that they want to prepare the youth for society, and that range from self-awareness to money skills to self-defense and everything else. Thank you. And to begin with, it was fully facilitated by the Krishna Mandir. And then we'd like to talk about a few things and few memories that we have. So first, I'd like to start on what is leadership. The Krishna Mandir taught me that leadership is more than just telling people what to do and where to go. Leadership is being able to have that skill to connect with people, to direct them to go in a direction, to serve a common goal. And the triad that I would have learned from our lovely coordinator, Uncle Anil, is it starts with initiative. Initiative is that ability to tell someone to open the door when nobody wants to open the door. It's that spark that starts the fire to get things going. And following that, you have to be able to make decisions. Decision making is one of the best things you can choose to do as a person because nobody else will do it for you. Decision making means that you have to communicate with everyone, communicate with your needs, and meet everybody halfway. And even so, you may have to do all the work in general. And the last is communication. Communication means not only talking to yourself, because there'll be a lot of that, but also talking to those who may not be able to hear you, or see you, or feel you on that retrospect.
Good day. I will just be reading some notes and going off the top of my head of one of the topics that we learned, and first one would be about fear. Fear is the emotion associated with losing something. We fear things because we are empty deep inside of us. And that fear causes us to attach to things. And when we become attached to things, we create those things and make it become identity. This constant repetition and certainty that we crave is to scare off that we are going to die and life is very confusing and we don't know what we're doing. So we're at the end that we have to anchor ourselves in certain beliefs and characteristics that would hold us tightly and strongly and firmly to the world and make the world a better place in the future. Thank you.
So I'm in charge of the activities and highlights of what we would have done during the course of the Youth Leadership Program. So a myriad of activities would have transpired during this course, ranging from invigorating negotiating sessions, where we had to actually role play as CEOs, the Ministry of Labor and Trade Unions in order to resolve a real-life case study. I think it was based on something with standard in another country. So my personal favorite was the self-defense session, and we were led not once but twice by the eminent Mr. Devanand Samaru. He equipped us with techniques to protect ourselves and also even taught us some forms. So it was very interesting to see everybody in the Mandir go, yeah, you know. And another memorable experience was facilitated by Dr. Vrindi Maharaj. A lot of you all will know him. And it was the plumbing and the masonry challenge. So we had to actually attempt to fix the PVC line outside right there and build a sink. So it definitely didn't go perfectly, but it was definitely nevertheless thrilling to try something so hands-on. For some of us, it was the first time we would have done something like this. And for most of us, it would be the last time. The most electrifying experience was the escape room, and we had to solve questions ranging from what's the top song on the billboard right now to leadership and business concepts in order to win some amazing prizes like Starbucks gift cards and Movie Town gift cards, a great incentive. We also had the privilege of meeting Mr. Vincent Pereira, the chairman of ALNG and Republic Bank, as well as Mr. Gavin Madeira, CEO of Caribbean Airlines, who shared true leadership insights through case studies. And that would be the oil and gas, the extremely complex situation where we had to draw maps of Trinidad and solve some weird things that would have gone on. Other impactful sessions included financial planning with the CFO of Unitrust, Mr. Kerry Maharaj, as well as philosophical discussions on identity and growth, project and time management, case studies, and news reporting. All of this definitely would not have been possible without the tireless efforts of our coordinators and, of course, Mr. and Mrs. Maharaj. Thank you.
Hey everyone. For me, one of the biggest challenges, well, I'm explaining challenges, and students had a bit. So for me, one of the biggest challenges was stepping outside. Some of the activities, yeah, really pushed us, like debates or being asked to speak without much time to prepare. At first, I thought, please, not me. But those moments ended up teaching me. Another challenge for me was balancing my time. Since I'm a university student, I had coursework and exams to prepare for, which my colleagues also had exams to prepare for, CSEC. Um, Normally, when I go home on weekends, my Saturdays were for doing laundry and catching up, and Sundays are for packing up and getting the week ahead. But with this program, Sundays were full, so I had to really plan my time carefully. It taught me a lot about prioritizing what truly matters, and that sometimes leadership starts with leading your own schedule. Public speaking was another interesting part of this program. I've never really had a major problem speaking in front of people, but I know how challenging it can be for some. While I realize through these exercises is just how valuable this skill really is. Not just for formal presentations like this one, but for everyday life. You never know when you might speak at an event, have a meeting, or even give an impromptu toast at a birthday party. The program reminded me that communication is a core part of leadership. And being able to express yourself clearly and confidently is something that can open doors in every area of your life. And like any great program, there were surprises along the way. Sometimes plans change, but that taught us flexibility. And honestly, that's an essential leadership skill. Finally, these sessions could be intense, and staying focused was important. But in the end, every challenge comes with growth. And I think that's what made this program so impactful. And of course, it wasn't all challenging. There were plenty moments that made this experience truly unforgettable. The first memory that stands out for me is the escape room challenge. My team didn't find that many clues, but we had fun trying. Things were pretty chaotic, but we rooted for each other every time someone went in. For me, it was a real lesson in staying calm, working under pressure, and reassuring your teammates even when you're not sure what's coming next. Another highlight was the debates and the activity where we had to pretend to be reporters. That one was hilarious because people were completely put on the spot and had to think fast. I enjoy speaking in front of others, but I think I looked too enthusiastic at times, so I was barely chosen. Maybe making too much eye contact with the speakers gave me away. The self-defense sessions were another favorite for me. I've done self-defense before, so it was a good refresher. But what really stood out was how empowered it made everyone feel after. And there were funny moments too, like people getting their hands mixed up when throwing punches. It was practical, educational, and fun. Another special memory was reconnecting with a friend I hadn't seen since primary school. Almost a decade had passed, and this program brought us back together, which was a pleasant surprise. But I think what I loved most was hearing different perspectives from everyone. Some people thought exactly like me, while others saw things in a completely different way, which was so intriguing. It reminded me that leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about understanding and appreciating different ways of thinking. And of course, the lighter moments, like when each table had to choose a representative to speak, I quickly picked someone on our table, and later, out of spite, he picked me when we needed another speaker. Looking for you. We all laughed because I had no choice but to do it. It was those small, funny moments that made the experience even better. And if there's one thing I've learned, is that leadership is a little like an escape room. It works best when you stay calm, work together, and don't panic when the clock is ticking. Those are just a few moments that made this program so meaningful to me, and I'm truly grateful to have experienced it. As Nelson Mandela once said, lead from the back and let others believe they are in front. That's a reminder that I'll carry with me. Thank you very much.
So throughout the youth leadership program, I was able to develop a wide assortment of skills that would help me not just in school, but also in my personal and professional life when I grew up. I learned self-awareness from the sessions, the initial sessions that we had, confidence most definitely, and resilience, along with practical skills like time management and financial planning. The program also strengthened my communication skills through public speaking, debating, media training, and conflict resolution. Having to speak about having to news reports. One of the sessions, we had to news reports about something on the screen, and there would be like random prompts, like the color orange, and we would have to news reports on something like that. And I found that was really interesting because it really opened my eyes to see how creative and how innovative people could be. Teamwork and leadership were a big focus too because we worked on decision making, project management, and motivating others. Most importantly, the program encouraged values of discipline, accountability, and service to others. Altogether, it has indubitably prepared me to lead with confidence and work well with others. And I would definitely attribute this to having to present almost every session in front of not just esteemed gentlemen in this country, but also my fellow peers. Like Uncle Anil said in the beginning of this, you are always greater than what the world throws at you. And I think that is a phrase that will be forever etched in my mind because of this program. Thank you.
Okay, so all in all, I hope you guys got the right idea of what the youth leadership program is. It is something that is there to all of us in the yellow and black shirts. From March, we were taught many invaluable things that I believe was a great initiative, and I got to see a lot of people grow. I got to grow with a lot of people, and I must say it was an honor and privilege to be with everybody in the yellow and black shirts. Big up the crew one time, one time. And in the end, I must say thank you first to Uncle Anil, Auntie Indira, our support team, that would be Mala, Mitra, Amral, Daria, and to all the management behind the Krishna Mandir. You guys are amazing, and thank you for all the support, our patrons, and of course, thank you for the people in yellow and black again for coming every session. Some of them. I mean, I stay home too, but you know, from March till now, it was a really good experience, and as you can see, I hope you guys realize that it was a very heavy hitting sessions, but it hit well. Thank you.
So them tokens that are being presented are for presenters, and this is being done by Mala. So Akini King. Kaylee Maharaj. Alyssa Munesa. Andre Rahel. We now call upon a dynamic speaker, someone who needs no introduction, but who is really excellent at what she does. Please welcome to the podium Vrishni for this second part of the segment.
Jai Sitaram, everyone. We've been fiddling with the mic. Let me just get it. So it gives me great pleasure to be part of this program celebrating the sea of yellow and black, resplendent in yellow, just like Sri Krishna himself, And one thing I'll say before we transition to my part is that when you look at the youths sitting amongst us, they are in themselves, through this YLP program, microcosms of our dear Krishna Mandir. In that, they have emerged from this program as strong, powerful, dependable lights of leadership that will illuminate Trinidad and Tobago and beyond, owing to this program and to the skills that they have built through this program. Many of the participant names that I will now call as they come up to receive their certificates upon graduating, many of them, or rather a few of them, are not present here today owing to being abroad or having other commitments, but they too grew in skill together with their peers who are here. So as we commence this segment, I'd like to invite the president of our Mandir, Uncle Gangadine, to please come to facilitate this part. Participants, as I call your names, please come through the center aisle and return on the furthermost aisle. Beginning our list, we have Aditya Umrao. Ayush Sankar. Alyssa Munesar. Ariane Munesar. Andrea Rahil. Vasudha Siddhi Maharaj. Kaylee Maharaj. Veer Devi Singh. Vinaya Devi Singh. Sarvesh Rampasad. Radha Lalji. Adila Hanki. Akine King. Bhavani Jayalakshmi Bill. D'Alessandro Achaiba. And thank you very much, Uncle Gangadine. I'd like to now ask Mrs. Anne-Marie Tiwari if she's with us, to please come to facilitate the presentation of the next set. Adidev Prasad. Ravina Das. Makhan Mangre. Ranveer Mangre. Shastri Ramnath. Satyam Ramnath. Narisha Ramgulam. Vineet Rampasad Maharaj. Anish Rampasad Maharaj. Chelsea Khan. Arnav Maharaj. Asav Maharaj. Sonia Debaram. Javan Debaram. Thank you so much, Auntie Anne-Marie, for your time. I'd like to now ask Uncle Vishnu if he can come to the front. Jaya Dipraj Singh. Nivedita Brijlal. Arya Ramsawak. Anish Ramsawak. Vasudev Ramsumer. If Uncle could collect on his behalf.
That's Vasu's dad, just by the way.
Uncle, and please collect on behalf of Siddheshwari Ramsimar. Aurora Bahadur. Rudra Das.
Rudra's sister will collect on his behalf.
Roshan Gosain. Ravina Gosain. Varad Maharaj. Uncle Ram, if you could please collect on his behalf.
Varad's Ajay is collecting on his behalf.
Sanjeev Maharaj. Karishma Rampasad. Vineet will collect on her behalf. And he will also collect on the behalf of Kanishka Rampasad. Akeef Charles. Sharian Ramjan. And Aditya Chandrajit. Now can we get a final round of applause for all of our participants? And now we move into a bit of a special segment. So throughout this program, many skills and talents were honed, cultivated, and emerged beautifully from all of our participants. But in this segment, I would like to present special tokens to 3 participants in particular. And I'd like to invite Uncle Ram to please come to facilitate this. So first we have a special award for the best all-rounder, and this goes to Veer Devi Singh. Now we have a special award for innovation and creativity, and this goes to none other than Vineet Rampasad Maharaj. And finally, special award for perfect attendance, not a single session missed, and that goes to Jaya Dipraj Singh. Congratulations to all. I'd like to invite Auntie Rama to please help us facilitate this next session. So the youths themselves, as was very much cemented and emphasized thus far in the program, have emerged resilient and powerful. And this was made possible largely due to the facilitators of the program. So this segment will present tokens to internal facilitators, so members of the Krishna Mandir who dedicated their time, their efforts, their energy, their skills, resources to our sea of yellow in front here. So first, I'd like to call Mr. Darren Dore. Mr. Darren Omrao. Lovely coincidence. And Mrs. Simone Amy Babulal, if Auntie Jenny or Uncle Bishnu could collect. Thank you. I now pass on to Uncle Anil to lead this next segment. Jai Sri Ram.
Thank you, Vrishni. Okay. So this is the Sri Krishna Mandir. And as you can see, on the crown of Sri Krishna, there are many gems. Beautiful sponge, which represent all of them. But like all gems, they have four in particular in the front of this crown that's now. And these gems shine bright in the background, throughout, and they're always at the corner. And these gems represent who we are as a mandir. It represents a mandir for humanity. So I would like to give special recognition to the YLP internal coordinators. Right? Mala Munilal, Mitra Maharaj, Amral Prasad, Dariel. Please come forward. So, on behalf of the Krishna Mandir, on behalf of the Sea of Yellow and Black, thank you very much. This program would not have been a success without your efforts.
Dr. Mitra Maharaj, Mrs. Mala Munilal Maharaj, Amral Prasad, and Dariel Ramara.
So we're coming to the end. And what was not said was after Ramleela, we had a number of events, one of which was Shivrat. And a very special person, very dear person to us, said, Anil, look, let's meet in Yan. And this was, I don't know, maybe around in the evening, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I can't remember, but it was late. And when I walked into the annex, I saw him surrounded by the youths of the Mandir. And he explained to them so beautifully what Krishna Mandir was about and what we are trying to do. And that person has been a catalyst to many of the events, many of the occasions of the Mandir. So I'd like to ask my brother Mukesh to come forward. And always in the background, this gentleman never sleeps. He and Renuka have brought into this world 3 amazing children, 2 wonderful daughter-in-laws, maybe 3, who knows? And Mukesh, my brother, I'd like to say that more than anything that you do is your presence. And wherever there is activity, whenever there is something good, Mukesh is in the back. Doesn't want to be in front, but he's in the back. So in whatever small way we could recognize you, please accept this as our gratitude. And finally, before Uncle, the president of the Mandir, gives his closing remarks, I need to mention someone who absolutely doesn't like recognition, someone who I consider to be a dear brother to me, someone who is always integral to all of our lives, someone who is the catalyst behind this program, who has given us the space to run with it, to be used as a sounding board anytime, day or night, whose presence is invaluable. I would like to call Pandit Rudy to join me. Those of us who knows Pandit Rudy also knows he doesn't like things like this. But this program could not have been what it is without Pandit support. He facilitated an amazing session on public speaking that pushed the participants to their zone of discomfort at times. And as always, very eloquent. You're always comfortable when Rudy's around. Right? So, on behalf of all of us, I would like, and he's not here, but I'd like to ask Uncle Ram to come and collect on behalf of Dr. Vrindi Maharaj. Vrindi was a special facilitator. He did all of the tokens. He contributed financially. He did the plumbing and masonry challenge. After 3 attempts, the first 2 times it was raining, you'd remember, half of us wanted to do it in the do the plumbing, masonry in the rain. Other half were hesitant. But we eventually pulled it off on the 3rd effort. So, before Uncle Gangadeen comes up next, I'd like to call upon Mala, who wanted to say a few words. Thank you, Mala, for everything that you have done for us.
Okay, Sitaram again, everyone. Okay, so throughout the program this morning, we've been hearing a lot about the students and the amazing things that they've accomplished. And I mean, rightfully so, right? They've done a lot, right? But I just wanted to take a moment to highlight two very special individuals, right? To me, they were the backbone of this entire youth leadership program. And of course, that is Uncle Anil and Auntie Indira. I think they deserve another one. Right. Okay. So from day one, they've been the catalyst of the YLP. They've given their time, their efforts, their energy, and most importantly, they've given their hearts and soul into this program, right? And they did it for the sole purpose of youth development and definitely not the recognition. In fact, if I even mention the word recognition in front of Auntie Indira, I will get a friendly buff on the side and say, no, Mala, don't, you know? Because she is so selfless and such a beautiful, amazing human being that she don't even want the recognition. She doesn't want anybody to know the amazing things that she's doing behind the scenes, right? But Auntie, I'll take some buff today, right? I don't mind, I'll gladly take the buff today because you and Uncle truly deserve to be celebrated and recognized for the things that you've done for this program, right? So you and Uncle have shown us what real kindness and humility looks like. We're extremely grateful to both of you. So on behalf of the Sea of Yellow and Black and the coordinators and the management of Krishna Mandir, we'd just like to present a small token of our appreciation to you both. So yes, could you guys come up front?
I invite you to stand and give them a round of applause, please.
Yes, if Auntie only knew I was going to do this, would not have happened. But thank you both for being such beautiful human beings inside and out. Yeah.
And to close the program, it gives me great pleasure to call Uncle Gangadine, President of the Mandir, to say a few words and to close the program officially. It's another pillar of this Mandir and of society, always quiet, working hard.
Sitaram, and thank you. You know, you have heard many times this morning that this program came about after the Ram Leela last year. But it didn't just come about like this. I want to let you know that this program took many months of planning, putting strategies in place and making sure that we have something to encourage the youths. And I must recognize that we have to acknowledge and give recognition to three distinguished gentlemen in the Mandir. And firstly, I would like to call on Pandit Rudranath Maharaj, Anil Maharaj, and our Vice Chairman, Mukesh Maharaj. They are the three. So these three gentlemen are the three key men behind the YLP because they always have the youths at heart. And I want to thank you for putting this program forward, and I know it was a great success. You know, you have heard a lot about Anil and his family, but I can't help but to recognize his family again. This family is a very humble family. I noticed from the beginning of the YLP to the end, this family has been dedicated. I saw sometimes on a Sunday morning, Anil would not ask for help. He would come with the van in front and do his offloading of the water, the drinks, and whatever have you. Indira, on the other hand, is always on time for the bhajan group, along with their two daughters, Vishni and Vasu. I don't know how they make it, but you all did such a fantastic job. I was talking to Anil on several occasions, and he said, listen, this is not only done by me, but my wife, she has all the ideas. And she will bring the ideas forward, and I will just go with it. So I want to recognize this family again, and I'd like to call Indira, Vasu, Vrishni, and Anil to come forward. I would now ask Neela Maharaj, our treasurer, to make a presentation to the family. This is just a small token from the management committee. I know it was said already, but I can't help but recognize the coordinators of the youth group. You know, when Mala brought the certificates 2 Sundays ago and she asked me to sign these certificates, I looked at them and I said, well, you brought in these certificates? And she said, no, uncle, I did the design and I did the printing and everything. And I must say that if we have youths of this quality, I could see the Mandir being in safe hands in the future. So I would like to recognize the coordinators. To the parents of the youths who came to the YLP, I want to thank you because hadn't been for you, the youths couldn't attend. And I want to thank you for your patience. I know there sometimes when I'm walking out from the Mandir on a Sunday morning, I will see some of them reading, some of them on the phone, some of them taking a little 5, but they had to be here for the children, and I want to thank you for your patience. To the youth group, could you all stand? Give yourself a lovely round of applause. I want to tell you that you all did such a fantastic job. Listen to his testimonies and everything. I can see you all have benefited from this session. I want you to take this, what you have learned, to your family, to your friends, to your community at large, and all remember Krishna Mandir for what they have done for you. I want to take this opportunity to wish you all the success in your future endeavors, and I can see you all being leaders in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gangadine, for those words of thank you and gratitude, and indeed for the encouragement that has been offered. I know we are at the end of our service, so I'll just invite the devotees after we completed with Arti and closing prayer. Those of you who would like to perform your Arti, you'd be invited to do so. Before we concluded Arti, though, please permit me to make a few announcements that I would ask you to pay particular attention to and to accept. Firstly, a warm welcome is extended to all persons who are here this morning, including members of the YLP who would not have regularly attended our Sunday morning service. You have just gotten an insight about what Krishna Mandir is, what it means in the community, and our inclusivity in terms of not only non-secular programs and religious events, but also in terms of secular type of training as the YLP program evidences. We want to invite you as well to attend the various programs and classes that are on offer. So for example, on a Monday, tomorrow evening, we would usually have a yoga class. That's on a little bit of a hiatus, but will be resumed. We have music classes, dance classes, meditation, and other types of classes here on offer at the Mandir, and we invite you to participate. Upcoming events, however, we are having a dance offering and tabla recital offering this evening here at the Mandir from 4 p.m. Most of the tickets have been sold. I think there are one or two that are left. And those of you who are interested, the dancer is a very esteemed person from a long lineage of dancers and musicians. Only last night I found out that she is the niece of Rajan and Sajan Misra of that fame, as well as persons who are familiar with dance, Pandit Birju Maharaj. So we have a tremendous exponent of Kathak dance and tabla who will be here from 4 p.m. Those of you who would like tickets, please see Mrs. Sharma Umrao after service, and you can acquire your tickets to be here this evening. Upcoming next Sunday, the 24th, the Ganesh Murti will be brought here to the Mandir from the Vishnu Mandir at Esperance Village. Those of you who would like to join us at the Esperance Mandir at 7:30 a.m. and then we will move the Murti by vehicle procession here to the Mandir. We should be here just after 8:30 a.m. and this will really mark a highlight as we commence our Ganesh Utsav celebrations. So that's next Sunday. The Pran Pratishta, or the invocation of that Murti, will take place on Tuesday the 26th of August, and that will be from 4 p.m. in the evening, and you are invited to attend. Those of you who want to Charhawi on that evening, you are invited to bring your fruits and flowers to do so. And then immediately thereafter, from the 27th until the 31st of August, each and every evening from 6 to 7 p.m. we will be having evening puja and offerings. So those of you who would like to come as we commence Ganesh Utsav. From the 1st of September until the 5th of September, we will be having 5 nights of yagya, and we will have different pundits who will be officiating. Our first night will be Pandit Lakshmidhat Prasad Maharaj. Our second night will be Pandit Jishnu Maharaj, and you are seeing the flyer there. Our third and fourth nights will be by Pandit Abhidanand Prasad Sharma, and our fifth and final night again Pandit Jishnu Maharaj. The Visarjan ceremony will take place on Saturday morning, and the management committee has decided that we will be here from 6 a.m. on Saturday morning, and we will then leave the Mandir at around 7:30, and we will move down to Our Lady Hills Avenue where the immersion will take place. So, and again, that will be by vehicle procession. So that will be on the 6th of September, that morning, where the Visarjan will take place. So this is a wonderful opportunity, wonderful events that are upcoming, and we invite you all to join with us in these events, friends, family members, and the community at large, as we indeed continue to do all of the good and noble things that we are empowered to do here at the Mandir. Finally, before I conclude, note that I am saying this to young people without any script. Things are coming at me, so this is thinking on your legs at work. We want to wish birthday greetings to all persons who are celebrating their birthdays. And in particular, I want to single out Dr. Mitra Maharaj, who celebrated his birthday yesterday. Please give him a round of applause. Finally, I want to commend all of the students who wrote the CSEC and CAPE examinations on your varying levels of success. And I want to echo what was said by the Minister of Education and by others. I think the President of Tutor said it as well. You are not defined by your results, regardless of how you did. If you performed excellently or you didn't perform as well as you would want to, you are not defined, because the excellent performers may find the next step particularly challenging, and persons who may not have performed well may find the next step something that is particularly rewarding. Life is such that you never know. So you always take what you've gotten and then build upon that in whatever way to continue to improve yourselves and to be the best version of yourself that you can be. So congratulations to you all, to your parents, to your family, to your teachers on the success that you have achieved. Well deserved. Let us all now stand as we conclude this morning's service with final arti. The 3 young persons who are sitting for puja, who are now all in yellow, please come back to conclude. And then after arti and closing prayer, those of you who would like to perform your arti to the murtis, you can do so at that juncture. I hand over to the group.
Om Jai Jagadish Hari, Swami Jai Jagadish Hari, Bhakt Jano ke sankat, दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहो किसकी स्वामी शरण गहो किसकी तुम बिन और न दूजा तुम बिन और न दूजा आश करो जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश
As we conclude in prayer this morning, we give thanks to you, God, for all that you've bestowed upon us, for the blessings that you've afforded us. We give you thanks. We pray in a very special way, not only for ourselves and our families this morning, but we also ask the blessings upon persons who may be ill, who may be ailing in the hospitals or at home, that you would restore them once more to good health. To those individuals and families who've lost loved ones, we ask you to provide them with that strength and that solace and that comfort that is needed in this time. And for those individuals who are engaged in acts of criminality, in deviant behavior, we ask you, Prabhu, to please influence their minds and their actions so that they would move away from those dastardly acts into an area which brings them closer to you. For you are mother, you are father, you are family, you are friend, you are knowledge, you are wealth, you are everything to us. We join together in closing mantra. Hari Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Shasika Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Asatu Ma Sargamaya Tamasu Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. प्रेम से बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, मापति महादेव की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, आज शक्ति जगदम्बा देवी मैया की जय, श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, प्रेम से बोले श्री सच्च सनातन धर्म की जय. Gentleness around you, सब कोई जय जय सीताराम. Have a very safe, a very powerful and uplifting week ahead. May Bhagwan bless us all. Members of the YLP, you are asked to go downstairs to the library right after we finish, which is now. There's something that is awaiting you downstairs. So we ask you to move expeditiously downstairs to the library area. I need some help with some able-bodied person.